away for a minute.
Hello everybody, it's Mrs. Shipley from the school office. Very difficult and very hard decision to choose which book. I'm not going to sing a song for you. Book to choose from. Either Mr. Snow, which is Mrs. Bates's, one of her old Mr. Men series, or the pantomime one. Going to read the pantomime one. And Mrs. Bates, also known as
Hello.
Miss Christmas.
Hello. I'm going to read Little Miss Christmas afterwards.
So, let's start. Who doesn't love a pantomime? Do you like a pantomime?
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah, I do really.
Little Miss Trouble is a real handful. A real handful of trouble. And there is no time when she is more of a handful than at Christmas. There are just so many chances for Little Miss Trouble to cause double trouble. Last Christmas, Little Miss Trouble pinched a slice of Little Miss Neat's Christmas cake and blamed it on Mr. Greedy. Little Miss Neat was not happy with Mr. Greedy.
Naughty Mr. Greedy.
Exactly. She told Little Miss Splendid that Mr. Quiet had said she looked like a Christmas tree in that hat. Little Miss Splendid was not very happy with Mr. Quiet. I think her hat looks amazing.
Let's have a look. Lovely. Just like my wig.
Do you remember your hat?
My lost hat.
Mrs. Bates lost a hat
In Birmingham.
in
Last
Birmingham.
Christmas.
And Little Miss Trouble sent Mr. Chatterbox a huge gobstopper, pretending it was a Christmas present from Little Miss Chatterbox. Needless to say, the Chatterbox's Christmas was not as chatty as usual. Because they couldn't talk, because they had something in their mouths. So when it came to the auditions, for Little Miss Boss's Christmas pantomime, Aladdin, came as no surprise to hear that she did not get a part. I know what you're like, said Little Miss Bossy. You'll just be trouble from start to finish.
Yeah, a bit like you, Mrs. Shipley. Trouble from start to finish.
Oh, look at the face. Mrs. Bates's face when there's no coffee left in the coffee machine. Little Miss Trouble went home in a foul mood. Trouble? She muttered to herself. I'll show her trouble. Little Miss Bossy was very pleased with the rest of the auditions. Little Miss Star got the part of Aladdin. Little Miss Sunshine was to play the princess. Mr. Mean would be the evil wizard. Mr. Small, the genie of the lamp. And Mr. Grumpy, a perfect widow twanky. What would you like to play in a pantomime?
I'd have to be a princess. Of course.
Ugly Sisters? However, Little Miss Bossy was not so pleased once the rehearsals got underway. Someone's putting itching powder in Widow Twanky's wig. Oh no! Look at
That's a mouthful, Mrs. Shipley.
I know. Widow Twanky's wig. Widow Twanky's wig. Widow Twanky's wig. Someone told the princess that Aladdin had said she wasn't pretty enough to be a princess.
Oh, really? Oh, no, they didn't.
Oh, yes, they did. Poor little Miss Princess. Someone put an egg in the evil wizard's curly slipper. Oh, no, they didn't.
Oh, yes, they did.
Someone glued the lid of the magic lamp. It shut and the genie could not get out. Oh, no, he couldn't.
Oh, yes, he could.
It's stuck. It's all... Look, it's glued to the top. Oh, dear. And someone put a mouse in Aladdin's cave. Oh, and someone put a mouse in Aladdin's cave and Aladdin proved to be less brave than anyone had assumed. Oh, look at the little mouse.
Really?
He's not so brave now. It was a disaster, darling. And little Miss Bossy knew exactly why it had been a disaster. That evening she went round to little Miss Trouble's house. OK, I give up, said little Miss Bossy. You can have a part in the pantomime. Truly, said little Miss Trouble. Which part? Just turn up on the opening night and you will find out, replied little Miss Bossy. Wonder what the part will be. Any guesses, Mrs. Bates? On the opening night of the pantomime, little Miss Trouble was so excited that she barely knew what to do with herself. She turned up early to discover which part she was going to play. Little Miss Trouble couldn't wait to see her costume. What do you think it's going to be?
A fairy.
Oh, fingers crossed. Just before the start of the performance, little Miss Bossy called the cast together. I thought little Miss Trouble was going to be here tonight, said little Miss Sunshine. Oh, she is, said little Miss Bossy. Where is she? Asked Mr. Mean, looking round the dressing room. Little Miss Bossy grinned. Over here, called a muffled reply from the back of the pantomime horse. Keep still, said little Miss Stubborn at the front. Now, I couldn't find a pantomime horse, but I did find this.
We could be a good pantomime horse.
Pantomime donkey with a little bit of leopard print and a hat.
Put it on, Mrs. Shipley.
I would be at the front.
And I'll bring up the rear.
And Mrs. Bates will be at the back. Anyway, here's
apart, obviously.
Miss Christmas to read her story. Hey! Hey!
Is that the end of yours?
Yes!
Let's move chairs.
Come on in. Social distance, sweep in.
Hello everybody, hope you like my red hair. I'm a bit like Diane from
Crossroads?
Strictly.
Oh.
Now, so anyway, Little Miss Christmas is what I'm going to read. So I thought I'd dress, I was like my gloves and my little green lady, little green dress.
You look delightful.
Anyway, let's get started, and hopefully I can open the pages with my gloves. So, Little Miss Christmas. Little Miss Christmas lives in an igloo at the North Pole. God, I can't see it very well. It's a bit dark.
To get the lights on.
Yeah. Next door to her uncle, Father Christmas, a long, long way from her brother, Mr. Christmas. Little Miss Christmas works for Father Christmas. Her job is wrapping all the presents before Father Christmas delivers them on Christmas Eve. As you might imagine, there are an awful lot of presents to wrap. It takes her all year long. And as much as Little Miss Christmas loves her job, there are times when wrapping presents day in and day out can get a bit boring. There, look.
Wow.
There she is.
Oh,
Look at all those presents.
how lucky.
Yeah, but not as lucky as us, Mrs. Shipley, to work in such a wonderful school.
I totally agree.
And I can't turn the pages. I'm taking my gloves off. Bear with, bear with.
Marilyn Monroe moment.
Last year, after nearly a whole year buried in wrapping paper and sticky tape, Little Miss Christmas decided she deserved a holiday. She had nearly finished wrapping all the presents and thought that it would not do any harm for Father Christmas to wrap the last few himself. To make it easy for him, she rang her brother at the South Pole and asked him to come and help. There she is in her little igloo. Mr. Christmas flew up from the North Pole in his magic flying teapot on the day Little Miss Christmas left for her holiday. And there he is in his magic teapot. That'd be good, wouldn't it, to have a magic teapot?
Keep on pouring.
To fly, look. No, to fly in.
Oh, yeah.
I won't be back until the day before Christmas Eve, so you have to make sure you finish wrapping all the last of the presents, Little Miss Christmas reminded them just before she boarded the plane. Don't worry, boomed Father Christmas. We've got plenty of time. We'll have them all wrapped long before you return. And there they are waving her off on the plane. The next morning, after a breakfast of Christmas pudding on toast, that's unusual. What do you have for Christmas on Christmas morning, Mrs. Shipley?
Sausage sandwich.
Do you?
Yeah.
What, what before a
we
big
don't-
Christmas dinner?
Well, we don't have our dinner till about 3 o'clock.
Oh,
So we
okay.
have a sausage
I'll let
sandwich
you
about
off.
10 o'clock.
So they had Christmas pudding on toast, which I've never tried before. Father Christmas led Mr. Christmas into the wrapping room and they set to work. This isn't going to take any time at all, said Father Christmas an hour later. In fact, we've got plenty of time left. What about a game of golf? Good idea, said Mr. Christmas. So there they are in the wrapping room, getting ready to wrap.
Sing a song.
Wrap. And so the two of them played golf for the rest of the day. There they are playing golf in the snow.
They won't be able to see the ball.
I know.
Or the holes.
No. The following morning, they settled down to work, and after an hour, Father Christmas piped up again. How do you fancy going reindeer racing? We've got plenty of time left to do this. Good idea, agreed Mr. Christmas. And the two of them spent the rest of the day racing reindeer across the ice.
Sounds fun.
There they are. It looks nice. Look.
Beautiful.
Lovely. That would be nice to do, wouldn't it? Racing reindeers. The next day, they did not even reach the wrapping room. We've still got plenty of time to finish that wrapping. Shall we go fishing today? Suggested Father Christmas at breakfast. Good idea, said Mr. Christmas eagerly. There they are, fishing. And so it continued. While little Miss Christmas lay on a beach in the Christmas Islands, where else, blissfully unaware of what was going on, Father Christmas and Mr. Christmas were spending a lot of time having fun and very little time wrapping presents. I don't think she's going to be very happy, is she, when she gets back? Well, there she is on the beach, sunning herself. Very nice too. So you will not be surprised to learn that the wrapping had not been finished by the time little Miss Christmas returned from her holiday. What have you two been doing all the time? Exclaimed little Miss Christmas when she saw the huge pile of unwrapped presents. Father Christmas and Mr. Christmas sheepishly studied their feet, unable to look little Miss Christmas in the eye. How are we ever going to get all this done by tomorrow evening? She continued angrily. There they are. Look, they're getting a proper telling off, aren't they? Little Miss Christmas is not happy. It was then that she suddenly had an idea, a brilliant idea. We can ask all the Mr. Men and little Misses to help us, and you can go and pick them up in your teapot, she cried, pointing at Mr. Christmas. By tea time, Mr. Christmas had collected as many of the Mr. Men and little Misses as he could find and brought them to the North Pole. Oh, you're back, Mrs. Shipley.
Oh, yeah.
There they all are. Even Mr. Bump's there. One of my favourites. They all worked right through the night, although little Miss Christmas had to be very careful about which job she gave them. Mr. Bump was only allowed to wrap teddy bears because he kept breaking the other presents he was given. And little Miss Bossy had to keep a careful eye on little Miss Naughty to stop her wrapping nasty surprises in her presents.
Ooh, cheeky.
There we are. What was she going to put in? She's going to put a mouse trap in so it caught their fingers when they opened it. That's a bit mean, isn't it? Not everything quite went to plan. Mr. Muddle kept writing Happy Easter on the labels, and little Miss Helpful tried very hard to be helpful, but got into a lot of trouble with the sticky tape. Mr. Forgetful kept forgetting to put presents in his parcels, and there was no mistaking the presents wrapped by Mr. Messy.
Oh, look at him.
Oh dear.
Tangled up.
They're all tangled up with sticky tape. Do you like wrapping presents, Mrs.
Love
Shipley?
wrapping paper presents.
Yeah, I like wrapping presents too.
I think it's very relaxing.
Bit of Christmas music on.
Yeah.
Perhaps a glass of wine or something, maybe. If I'm
Hot
lucky.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Marshmallows.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. However,
Hotter.
by lunchtime on Christmas Eve, all the presents were wrapped and labelled and packed away in Father Christmas's sleigh. thank you so much, said little Miss Christmas to everyone. I don't know what we would have done without your help. There would have been a lot of empty spaces under a lot of Christmas trees. Now we just need Father Christmas. Has anyone seen him?
Oh, oh, oh.
But nobody had. Oh, there's the picture. She's thanking them there. She's much happier now, isn't she? But nobody had. Eventually, little Miss Christmas found him playing with Mr. Christmas. They were playing cards.
Snap.
Quick, 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 she cried. You're going to be late. Don't worry, chuckled Father Christmas.
Love a game of cards.
There they are playing cards. We've got plenty of time.
Oh, oh, oh.
There you go. Okay, happy Christmas, everybody. Hope you liked our
Oh, it's gone a bit funny.
little Mr. Men and Little Miss books. Had to keep the theme going,
We did.
obviously.
Through the summer.
The ones
Mr. Men.
my Mr. Men that I used to read in the summer. Hope you enjoy all the rest of the stories, and we'll see you soon.